Welcome to Lakers Talk with Gerald. This is episode 131. Everybody, we're going to be discussing the Lakers. Basically, the Lakers lost against the Phoenix Suns the other day. It was Sunday in the afternoon, about 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. We faced the Phoenix Suns, who have the second best record in the Western Conference, and we just got outplayed. We got out-hustled. We did not look like we were ready for the game. We did not bring the same type of intensity that the Phoenix Suns brought, not at all, not even close. I really was not happy with the Lakers' play. I wasn't happy with their energy, and overall as a team, I felt like we could have played better, and we just didn't bring it. A couple people in particular, Anthony Davis did not play particularly well in this game at all. He played 39 minutes. He played the most minutes out of every Laker, but he scored 13 points. He had 7 rebounds and 2 assists. So that's out of 16 field goal attempts, he only made 5. He attempted 2 3-pointers and missed both of those also. So just overall, not a very impactful game for him. He needs to be better. We have to be better as a team to beat the Phoenix Suns. We can't come in there like a days ago. Anthony Davis was taking a lot of outside shots and a lot of sometimes people believe Andre Drummond been in there, kind of like that it causes Anthony Davis to shoot outside jumpers. But at the end of the day, Drummond can't be the reason why Anthony Davis does not play well. It's on Anthony Davis. He's going to have to play well, and he's going to have to be aggressive. To me, skill set. He has a lot of talent, but he needs to get down there, down low, and try to get some of them baskets. And LeBron plays a part too because, yes, Anthony Davis has to be aggressive. But then also, I don't know, I feel like LeBron also needs to take his game up a little bit too. Now, at the same time, he does have an ankle injury, and that could be hampering him and the reason why he can't play like we saw him play last year and in the playoffs. But really, we're at our best when Anthony Davis is being super aggressive, getting buckets in the paint, getting a foul, knocking down free throws. And then we're also at our best when LeBron James also being aggressive, going in, scoring, assisting, playing good defensively, blocking shots and things like that. At the same time, everybody, we did lose 99-90. We lost by 9 points, but also we limited Phoenix to only 99 points. So that's not a whole lot of points right there. So that would say we played pretty decent defense, even though I feel like, we could have been better. But that's enough to have won the game if we had been better offensively. Offensively, we weren't very good. We only shot 32% from the three-point line, 9 out of 28 as a team. Now, overall field goal, we were 40 out of 86. There's a lot of open shots that were missed. There was about 26 open shots, and supposedly there was rated at least 22 of them or something like that number were wide open or open, characterized as good shots, but we just missed the shots. So that's not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done at all against a good Phoenix team that has Devin Booker, and they got their guards and their guard play, and they also have their center Ayton. So overall, I think just not happy with that game, right? I want the Lakers to come out with intensity. Come the next game, game 2 is going to be Tuesday, the 25th of May, and we got to come out better, man. We're going to be in Phoenix, which they have a full arena, everybody. If you don't know, I was at the game. It was intense. It was loud. That was the biggest crowd I'd seen in over a year or something. And being at the game, I hadn't been at a game like that where it was that many fans and that many people, and I tell you, it got loud every time Phoenix scored. They were just, they were hungry to see their team beat the Lakers, and especially when their team hadn't been in the playoffs since 2010. So it had been 11 years since playoff basketball had been in Phoenix. And so it was kind of crazy to be in there and experience that with such an intensity, such loudness. The Lakers didn't step up to the plate and do what they needed to do, but we're going to have to do it come game 2. And I'm looking forward to that game, and I'm sure all eyes are going to be on the Lakers. We cannot afford to go down in this game, in this series, 2-0. We need to go on here and even the series up so that way we can take it back to L.A., to the Staples Center, and go to game 3 and try to get that W and get our fans in the stands. And first time fans going to get to come and see LeBron-led Lakers in the playoffs. This is something they have never seen live, because remember last year when we made the playoffs and we won a championship with LeBron, it was in the bubble, so no fans were able to go see that at all, right? So this time we actually going to get to see it in Staples Center with a LeBron-led Lakers and Anthony Davis, and I hope it lives up, and I'm sure we're all just going to be excited for that. I'm curious to see how big of crowd that we can allow into Staples Center. They let 20,000+ into the Phoenix Suns arena, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be close to that number. I'm hoping it could be at least half of that or half of our building. So we will see. I'm curious, though. I definitely want to know how the Lakers are going to be coming at it. All right, everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to now play a video. We're going to do a couple interviews. We're going to go ahead and let that play. I'm going to play one with Frank Vogel.
Hey, Frank. I was just wondering, physically, first of all, how did everyone make out? Know LeBron was getting worked on his shoulder there?
Yeah, everybody's good to go.
And yeah, just I know you have been in this situation before where you guys dropped the game one. What sort of, do you have a process ingrained for that situation, or what was the messaging based on that?
We got to be willing to make adjustments, win or lose. So this is no different whether we won game one or lost game one, and the process is to really study the tape, find ways to be better at what we do first, and then discuss possible adjustments to offensive. Frozen, hold on. It's going in and out, so there we go. Adjustments to our offensive approach, defensive coverages, matchups, personnel that we have in the rotation. Evaluate all those things and decide. We like to discuss them on the first day, let it marinate, and make final decisions for tomorrow morning.
Wondering what you view as Andre's role in helping get AD going. Like, how can he help get AD involved more in the offense?
Yeah, well, it's not really on Andre to get AD involved, but he's got to play his part in terms of obviously his primary role offensively is to dominate on the offensive glass and to be a screener and roller, and to be able to make high-low plays, which we didn't put him in enough situations to do that last night. But I'd say those are the three primary roles in his offense in general, but not really his responsibility to get AD going.
Dan Weinke?
Hey, Frank. Same as Bill. Let me know if you can't hear me at some point. I think the AD at center lineup yesterday was the one you used second most. The NBA data has it like 10 minutes, and it was your best lineup. Is there...
Sure.
How do you view using that as a weapon? Are there diminishing returns, possibly, with playing it too much? Is it best as sort of a change-up? I guess kind of how do you decide how often to go to that?
There are a lot of factors that go into it, and I'm hesitant to really dive into everything that drives my decision-making on that because I don't want to tip my hand with what lineups we're going to play tomorrow night. But there's time where our size makes more sense on both sides of the ball, and there's times where being more agile and mobile defensively and having more space offensively makes more sense. Statistically, I don't think at the AD at the 5 last night was as good as it was. Definitely wasn't as good as it was against Golden State, and. I'd argue, what metrics you're looking at in terms of saying it was our best lineup in game one.
Yeah, before I just want to argue with Dan, Frank.
That's the goal here, argue with you guys.
How dare you, Dave? How dare you?
Frank, how cognizant is LeBron's ankle on your mind, on the team's mind at this point, or have you gotten to a point now that I think he's played 5 games on it or something like that since his second stint of recovery where you're moving forward as if he's a healthy player?
Yeah, I'm moving forward as if he's a healthy player, understanding there's going to be a play or two throughout the game, where he doesn't move on it very well, and that just comes with a guy playing through an injury. Ideal situation, he has another few weeks to fully put it behind him, but he's moving pretty well in most situations, and I approach the game like he's a healthy player, and just understand that there's going to be a handful of plays where it looks like it limits him.
Thanks, Frank.
Good afternoon, Frank.
What up, BT?
I know you've told us that it's not just KCP's job to defend Devin Booker, but how do you guys, as a group, do a better job trying to contain Devin? He had a really good game or something.
Yeah, he had a good game, and we all have to be better, on the ball. And you answered your own question that it's a 5-man assignment. We have coverages in place, and KCP's as good as anybody. Sticking with a guy like Devin, and elite scorers, you have to bring help, and there's a lot of creative ways that they get him involved. So it's a 5-man job. KCP did a good job. Played 45 minutes. So obviously his numbers are going to be more inflated than you would expect for a regular season game. But we still have to do a better job limiting his efficiency.
Hey Frank, I have a broad question on mental health and wellness. How would you compare what the mental toll has been like this season compared to the bubble, and what are some of the things you and the guys try to do to navigate through all that?
Yeah, I think it's very different than last year's challenge. I would say this season has been more challenging than last season. Even though the duration itself was hard for all of us in the bubble. Day to day, it was sort of like being at camp where it's just basketball, and we're all basketball junkies. So, aside from being away from our families for that long, it was an opportunity to be locked in. But to be in the real world, so to speak, and to have all these restrictions, the extra mask wearing, the extra testing, the limitations on what you can do at your own practice facility and when you're on the road, and just all the protocols, I think have really worn a lot of us out. I would say that's definitely the case for myself personally, and but I'm sure it's different than for everyone. So I'd say different challenges, but a lot more challenging this year from my perspective.
And last question here, let's go to Jovan.
Hey Frank, I'm curious, how do you view Mark in this series? Because when you guys played a couple weeks ago, he played 18 minutes off the bench and led the bench in plus minus. Did you see something on film maybe coming into the series that you didn't feel like he would be as effective, or kind of what maybe changed from the last matchup to this one?
Well, that game we played Mark and Trez together, which is a lineup we're not really that familiar with, and I decided in game one not to use that lineup. I have confidence in all three of our centers, and AD at the 5. So, if I don't go to a certain player or a certain lineup, a lot of times it's not because of that player. It's just, the confidence in another player or another lineup. And I say that's the case with, in terms of Mark not playing in game one.
All right, looks like we will have one quick follow-up from Bill. Thank you, Frank.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Frank. So, assuming you guys are at that 85% threshold that you talked about yesterday, are you guys going to get your party on tonight? What's the team plan now that some of those restrictions are eased? Being able to be together as a team.
I don't even know, to be honest with you. I haven't even thought about it. I've been locked into studying the evaluations of game one, but I'm sure we'll huddle up and see if there's things we can do tonight. The players a lot of times do things on their own. You know what I mean? So I think that's a question for the guys. Hopefully they'll be getting together, and in terms of what I do with my staff, that's to be determined.
All right, everybody. That was Coach Frank Vogel discussing various things. A couple things that I want to hit on that he talked about. So they asked him about the lineup and what he thought about not playing Marc Gasol, or when they played Marc Gasol against the Golden State and other games, how his plus minus was so well. And Frank Vogel just basically said that he decided that wasn't the lineup he wanted to go to. He also said that he has confidence in all three of their centers and also playing AD at the 5. He just basically said that he thought this wasn't the game or the matchup for Mark to be playing in game one against Phoenix. Now, he did also say that he didn't want to tip his hand as to what he's going to play tomorrow against the Phoenix Suns, so he was hesitant to kind of talk into that and how he thinks about playing the different lineups and playing who. So that tells me that he's probably going to make a switch tonight. That's least in my mind. I think that he's going to try to bring Marc Gasol out there and play some more minutes. I don't know exactly what combination and how he's going to do it, but that's just what I got from that and what I believe. The next thing I want to kind of dive into is what he said when they asked him about mental health. And they asked him how difficult this season is on a mental health perspective as far as, all the restrictions and things like that. And one thing that surprised me but didn't surprise me was his response saying that he believes even tougher this year than it was last year, even in the bubble. It was tougher. It's been tougher this year, and he said it's really wearing on people, wearing people out is what he said. So when you hear that from the coach, and he said it's wearing a lot of them out, and then he said, for me personally, it's been wearing me out. Like, wow, not wearing him out, but it's worn him out. Like past tense, currently wearing him out. So that's just something I would say that, that's not probably just him. I'm sure that's other players on the team also. So that's just one of them things I hear, and it triggers something like, wow, I don't know. That's not good. You can kind of see the body language of the Lakers sometimes, and maybe that's affecting the way the team chemistry is going. When guys just are not into it, right? You can't hang with the team when you travel, especially if not everybody's been vaccinated or enough of the team's been vaccinated. You can't get together as a group. You can't do all these things. So imagine you're traveling, and as a team, you can practice together, but then you got to wear masks. And then when you go out back to your rooms, you can't gather with other guys in their rooms. And they're all got to just stay separate. So that could be very lonely, even though they are together on the road, but you really can't mingle together. So that's something that I believe they can start doing now here coming up shortly. So next what I want to do is I want to play an interview by Anthony Davis. And in this interview, they're talking to Anthony Davis, and he said, it's on me. I played bad. He said something to the effect of, we can't win with me playing like this. We're not going to win another game, or we're not going to win a series. So that was pretty interesting right there for Anthony Davis to put that on him and just, and say, hey, I got to be better. And he said he is going to be better in game 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that is true and Anthony Davis can really come out and just be his normal self, because that's what we're going to need from Anthony Davis. So here we go. Here's that post-game interview from Sunday, Anthony Davis.
Anthony, was there anything that you noticed primarily about how Phoenix defended you differently, if at all, from the last time that you matched up a couple weeks ago?
No, it was primarily the same. I don't think nothing really changed, to be honest. I missed a ton of shots. We missed a ton of shots as a team. Scored 90 points, really 87 after that AC3, but missed 11 free throws, 15 threes, 9 layups. We gave up 8 offensive rebounds to Aiden alone. And we held that team to, 99 points. We played good defensively, and we gave them a ton of points as well. A couple transition. They had 16 transition points in the first half. Like I said, second chance points. So we just got to be better on that end. But there's no way we're winning a game, let alone a series, with me playing the way I play. So, this was on me. I take full responsibility for sure. We'd be better game 2.
So, Anthony, you as you said this before, if you don't have one of your better games, it's on you. What do you attribute that to for today's game? Whether it was mindset or action, what do you think?
No, usually I come out the gates, very dominant, and I think today, we had it going. Brian hit a couple threes. We get into the paint drum, and so I kind of just got lost in the offense. but I still have to be assertive and find ways to get the ball. It just kind of took me out of rhythm, but that's on me. I still got to find ways to make plays on that end of the floor offensively. So, like I say, it's on me. I'm not too worried about my performance. I know I'll be better. I know we'll be better in game 2 as a whole.
Dave?
Anthony, what are these next couple of days going to be like for you? Frank thought that despite what you're saying about your own performance, the way the defense was playing you, maybe it was opening up opportunities for other guys. Is it film study? Is it try to get on the same page? Is it change your mindset? Like, what do you do to actually bring to fruition what you're saying about how you'll play better next game?
No, I think it definitely opens up the floor. I mean, we had a ton of great looks from 3 wide open. So it is opening it up for other guys, absolutely. And once we make shots, it definitely opens it up more for me. But just, looking to score, looking to be aggressive when I catch it in the post. They didn't double tonight. I think Jay Carter and Aiden guarded me most of the night, so they wasn't sending double teams. And in those situations, I have to score the basketball, and if they do come double, find guys, and we got to be able to make those shots. So it's just about coming out, being aggressive, and not looking more so to pass or get lost in the offense because we're rolling, but still being able to find ways to get the ball and dominate at the same time.
Kyle?
Hey, D. You talked to us on Friday about trying to steal home court advantage by winning game 1. You heard the fans tonight and saw what it was like in this building. Does it feel like losing game 1 in this series is more costly than some of the game 1s you guys lost last year?
No. I actually felt back to normal. It felt great to go out there and hit the fans, to beat LA, and all the other stuff. It felt like playoff basketball, to be honest. So we still got opportunity to steal home court in game 2, and it's another opportunity for us. So we're ready to come out and play Tuesday, and looking to get that one and get 2 back in LA. But it felt good. It felt normal. I mean, to be back in the visiting arena and hear the crowd, some cheering, some booing, because we do have Laker fans here. But it felt great to play in the playoff atmosphere again.
AD, I was wondering what your perspective was on the play where Chris ended up tangled up with LeBron, and LeBron went down on the box out. Frank called that a dangerous play. What was your point of view on it? And then just what's kind of the level of intensity between these two teams right now after that play and the technicals and the ejection?
It's playoff basketball. I didn't necessarily see the play. Only what Brian had told me, But it's always tough. He missed a free throw and jumps up to get the ball. Anytime you hit somebody's legs, it's always a dangerous play. And that's what you don't want. You don't want anyone getting injured from plays like that. So, but it's the intensity is where it's supposed to be. Guys getting into it, chirping. That's playoff basketball, and that's what we have to get better as far as a team. I feel like they was a more physical team tonight from the gate. We have to be better in that department. But with the AC and Cameron Payne, Trez coming out defending them, that's all. Sticking up for your teammates. But it's basketball. It's supposed to be that way this time around the year.
Last 2, Dan?
AD, I know it probably feels like an eternity ago, but game 1 of the playoffs last year, I think you guys scored 93 points, missed everything.
Yep.
What was the adjustment after that game? And is that something that you think this group can use here in the next 48 hours?
The adjustments was just, everyone talking and saying, make shots. Be confident in your shot-making abilities, and we came out game 2 and made shots. That's all it is. I mean, guys can't lose confidence in themselves because we missed shots in game 1. We got to, excuse me, We probably get to the gym tomorrow, walk through some things, and guys will be able to get shots up and see the ball go through the rim and be ready for game 2. So as long as we continue to shoot the ball with confidence, the shots will fall. And like I said, we did good defensively. We had some miscues, which we could have held the team from 99 to 90 or whatever. So we played pretty good defense. We just got to be able to put the ball in the basket. And as long as guys stay confident, then we'll be fine.
All right, buddy. That was Anthony Davis post game on Sunday, going over and talking about his role, and said he's got to be better. He's got to be better for the Lakers to win. And I do agree with that. I do believe he has to be better. He did say he was not being double teamed that whole game. He said Ayton and then the other Suns guy was just playing him one-on-one. So he said he's going to have to be more aggressive and looking for opportunities to score. And then if they double team, then kick it out. And then he also noted that we just missed our shots. And when they kick it out, guys are going to need to have confidence in their shot and know they can knock them down and knock them down. We miss a lot of open shots in that game. And so he pointed that out, and we just got to make shots. He said that's the difference. Guys are going to have to step up, make shots. He's going to have to be more aggressive. He's going to need to look to score, and that's going to make a big difference in the game. I do believe both of those were all valid points. He is going to need to play a little better. The Lakers are going to need to shoot better. And then LeBron James, he got 18 points in that game. I believe he need to step that up to about 25, to where his average is for the regular season was 25. So I think that's what we need from him. Same thing with Anthony Davis. We do both of those things, and we should be in a good position to try to take that game 2 in Phoenix tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So looking forward to it, everybody. Let's talk about the box score with the Lakers. The rest of the team didn't do all that great. All right, so box score. LeBron James had 18 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. Anthony Davis had 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocked shots. He was 5 out of 16 from the field. LeBron James was 6 out of 13. Andre Drummond played only 19 minutes, had 12 points, 9 rebounds. He was 5 out of 7 field goals. He only made 2 out of 4 of his free throws. Dennis Schroeder ended up playing 34 minutes, scored 14 points, 3 assists, 2 steals. Caldwell Pope got 7 points out of 2 of 9 field goals. He was only 1 out of 7 from the three-point line, so he's definitely got to be better than that come game 2. Montrezl Harrell played, had 12 points. Kuzma played, ended up having 0 points. He only took 2 shots the entire 19 minutes that he played, so 0 out of 2. Wesley Matthews got about 12 minutes. He got 2 points. Caruso played. He had 10 points in 24 minutes. He ended up shooting 4 out of 9 field goals, 2 out of 3 from the three-point line. Him and LeBron James are the only other Lakers that made more than 1 three-pointer. He was 2 out of 4. LeBron was 3 out of 7. LeBron had hit his first 3 three-pointers and then missed the last 4. Overall, everybody, we're just going to have to do better. I believe we can win the next game. I'm looking forward to it. Everybody that's going to do it. Lakers Talk with Gerald, and I am out.